the idea that we all have that light that shines. And that is how you make this the strongest year ever through the word aloha. A in the word aloha. Right now I'm going to give you the 4 keys on how to act throughout the year to make this the strongest year ever. A in the word aloha stands for act. Okay, in a room this size right now, I would say there's about 40 of you that are going through something right now at home or in your life that's personal, that's unbelievably hard to go through. And you woke up this morning, you thought, oh my God, it's the first day of school. You got to put on a good game face. You got to play the game. You got to come here. You got to smile. You got to pretend like you're not feeling the depression. I spent most of my life pretending to feel something that I'm not until finally I got the help that I needed. And here's the deal. If you know someone in the school that was having a tough time, here's what you want to do to make a difference in their life. It's called ACT. The first thing you want to do is ask the question, especially seniors, actually anyone in here. If you know someone that's having a tough time, take the time to ask, is everything okay? By you asking someone, are you okay, allows them to express what's going on and for you to care what's happening. Then you tell someone. Everyone has an adult in the school that you really identify and relate to. Freshmen, you will very, very soon. Tell that adult, but just don't tell one, tell 2. Because one adult may drop the ball, 2 adults can get the help that they need to really help that person. If you are the front line, you know what's going on before anyone else does. Ask, care, tell. Now, some of us in here feel like we're leaders and you're always helping someone else out, or you got stuff going on for yourself. There's no shame ever in asking for help when you need it, caring enough about yourself to get the help, and telling someone. I used to go online and do those little depression tests online, and every time I'd come up, you're depressed, you're depressed, you're depressed. And I would tell people, well, you know what? I did that thing online and said that I was depressed. And people are like, man, you're too happy to be depressed. I'm like, oh, okay. And I didn't tell anyone else. And I realized later on, after Robin Williams died, because I'm a huge Robin Williams fan, I was telling the wrong people. As soon as I started telling people that really understood what questions to ask, for them to care what's going on, and for me to tell them, made all the difference in the world. Ask, care, tell makes a difference in connecting with others. A in the word aloha stands for ask, care, tell. There's a community of care in London High School. Counselors, administrators, teachers, nurses, coach, any adult who cares is here. They can only be here for you if they know what's going on. You are on the front line. A stands for choose to act. L stands for choose to love. Figure out what you choose to love. What is your passion? If you can do anything in the world, in your life, what would you follow? And if you have someone in your life that tells you, well, don't do that, it's unrealistic, don't tell that person about your passion anymore. Because you owe it to yourself to follow what your dream is. I adopted my child when they were really, really little. That's not them, but that's a cute kid. And when I adopted her, I just Google cute kid and that came up. This is her. Her name is Scout. This is Scout at 5 years old. Scout happens to be transgender, so that was a beautiful journey. And when she was 5, I didn't know how to connect with her. I had no idea how to build a relationship with her. I'd never been a parent before. I didn't know what to do to connect. But I found out really early on that she loved vacuums. She did not like vacuums. She loved vacuums. Anytime she was having a tough day, we would just stop and vacuum, or we'd go to vacuum cleaner repair stores, or this is where she wanted to go for spring break. This is in Missouri. This is the Vacuum Cleaner Museum and Hall of Fame. Are you kidding me? Their slogan is, our museum really sucks. So that's clever. And she loved it. A year later, for Forever Day, that's when we adopted her, I took her to Disney's celebration. I get her the autograph book. We're standing in line for Buzz Lightyear's autograph. She doesn't know who Buzz Lightyear was. I assume she's seen Toy Story. As we're in line, she looks at me and she's jumping up and down. She's so excited. I said, Scout, you seem really happy. Dad, I've never been on a ride before. This is my first ride. I was like, oh no, honey, this is not a ride. We're in line right now because that guy is going to give you his autograph. What does that mean? Well, he's going to write his name in your book. Why? Well, I don't know, because that's what people do. And she goes, Dad, do we really have to wait in this long line just so that guy can write his name in my book? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, Dad, do you know how to write his name? Yeah. Can you just write his name in my book and we'll get out of here? I'm like, yeah. And I write Buzz, and we get out of there. That day for lunch, Scout, where do you want to go for lunch? She wants to go to Cinderella's castle. She loves the idea that Cinderella had a really tough childhood and she turned out to be okay. And so we go there, we sit down at the table, and the waitress walks up. And the first thing she says is not, can I take a drink order? Would you like an appetizer? Nope. She totally focuses on Scout. She makes eye contact. She uses Scout's name in conversation. And then she says, Scout, I want you to think really hard and then tell me, what is the number one thing that you love more than anything else in the whole wide world? I'm like, no way. And Scout goes, I love vacuum cleaners. And the lady goes, Scout, I need a new vacuum. And the Scout stands up, you need a Dyson. And they start talking about vacuums. They're going back and forth. Scout goes, I want a vacuum in every state in the country. Scout, have you vacuumed in Florida yet? No, I have not. Will you come with me? And she takes Scout by the hand. I'm like, I realize, oh, that's really cute. I realize she's being abducted by a lady at Walt Disney World. All of a sudden, about 10 minutes go by. The door to the kitchen opens up. Scout walks back in the restaurant. She has in her right hand a vacuum. And she yells at me across the restaurant, Dad! I'm vacuuming in Cinderella's castle! I'm the wicked stepsister! An hour later, she came and sat down. She goes, Dad, this is the greatest ride at Walt Disney World. Scout, this is not a ride. Oh, yes, it is a ride, and it is the greatest ride. And it's the greatest ride at Walt Disney World. And she told me all about it. I'd never seen her that type of happy before. At the end of the meal, we get up to go, and she tracks down the waitress to say goodbye. They give each other a hug. And Scout comes back to me. Scout, I think it's really great that you went to say goodbye. Dad, I went to say thank you. Oh, even better. Most people never thank people they just met that made a difference in their life. And she goes, Dad, can I show you something? We sit back down at the table, and Scout starts flipping through the blank autograph book, and she stops, and she pushes it to me, and she goes, Dad, look. And I was like, what am I looking at? And she goes, turn the page. And I turned the page, and I saw it, and I looked at Scout's face, and Scout lights up. I got her autograph. And the lady did not just sign her name. The lady signed, Scout, take the time to discover who you truly are and what you truly love, and follow those two things for as long as you're alive. And I'm looking along like, Scout, that is beautiful. Congratulations. Let's go to the park now and let's get the character autographs. And the Scout looks at me. She goes, Dad, I'm going to tell you something. I hope you don't cry. I'm like, what? She goes, Dad, the characters are fake. But this lady is real, and she really made me feel good, and she's the only autograph that I want. And that's the key. Seniors, there are seniors in here that just because you reach out to certain people who are in this room make a huge difference. You remember what it's like being a freshman, sophomore, and senior who look after you. The rest of us in here, freshmen, congratulations. You literally are one of the best schools I've ever experienced in my entire life. Here's the key though. If you know someone is being excluded, Scout sat by herself at lunch all through elementary school and middle school because she felt different. I finally got into a high school that was like this. It's not a public school. I wish that it was, but I had to go private just to get her to school that accepted her for who she was. I know she would love it here. I even talked to her backstage before going. I was like, she goes, how's it going today? I was like, this is a surreal experience. There's no way for me to put into words what it's like to be at the school. I know that it's not perfect. I know there are different types of levels of acceptance in the school, but my goodness, if you know someone that's being left behind or forgotten, if you know someone that you can reach out to make them feel included because of their differences, it makes all the difference in the world. It's all about choosing to love. It's all about making a difference when other people choose not to. Oh, and the word aloha stands for ohana. Hold on here. Okay. You know Scout loves vacuum cleaners? I love dogs. Like my favorite dog is any dog that's in front of me right now. You understand? There's no such thing as a bad dog. They simply don't exist. There's whacked out people that raise dogs in crazy ways, but as far as dogs go, this is my dog Dreyfus. I miss him like crazy. He passed away a couple years ago. My dog now, this is her. Her name's Amora. Amora is a service dog. She's a dog for kids that have PTSD. She loves those Hawaiian legs. I take her to Target and she drives around in the cart. Okay, that's good. I love how she actually smiles and that's getting a little bit creepy. And so this is Dreyfus. Dreyfus is different than other dogs. I'll talk about that in a second. My favorite picture of Dreyfus is that one because I love his eyes. It looks like the picture that was taken right before he was abducted by the UFO. All right. Here's another great picture of Dreyfus and his best friend Corky. Corky's a dog that I got that was really abused. Someone really hurt this dog before I got him, and I didn't know what to do because his tail was always tucked between his legs. Because the dog does not know how to pretend. You cannot take a dog that's sad and teach him to pretend to be happy. A dog acts the way that it feels. Well, we can pretend, as I said earlier, some of you are pretending today. You come to school, you pretend everything's okay, you pretend to wag your tail, when in reality it's tucked between your legs. There's no shame in ever letting someone else know how you feel. Dreyfus and Corky's, they became friends, his tail started to wag. Whenever Dreyfus saw Corky, his tail would wag. Or, if he just said his name, Corky, where's Dreyfus? His tail would wag. Or, for those of you that have dogs, you ever seen your dog sleep or they're dreaming and their paws start moving? Like they're going through some enchanted rawhide forest. And so when Corky's asleep, I used to whisper into his ears, Dreyfus loves you. And every time I'd say Dreyfus loves you, his tail started to twitch in his dreams. That's a miracle. Dreyfus loved Corky so much, Corky was able to remove the pebbles from his bowl of light and get back to how he actually is. That's what you do every single day. It's easy to connect with people that you're already friends with. But anytime you look out for someone being left behind or forgotten, like Ohana, that's when the magic of connection happens. Alright, here's how Dreyfus is different than other dogs. You can tell. His back left leg is missing. Now he knows it's missing, but he thinks he's normal and four-legged dogs are not. Because he used to go up to Corky and gently nibble on Corky's back left leg. And I honestly believe he was trying to remove his leg. I honestly believe he felt bad for Corky, that Corky had to carry around an extra appendage that obviously didn't need because Dreyfus didn't need it, so what's the big deal? And the other great thing about his leg being gone is how kids react. Some kids don't know the leg's gone. Some kids know the leg's gone, they just don't know it's different. So you teach them it's different. My niece Anna, when she was little, Anna, how is Dreyfus different than other dogs? Well, he really loves cat food. I'm like, all right. What about his leg being gone? Isn't that different? No, because Dreyfus is a three-legged dog. And three-legged dogs are only supposed to have 3 legs, which is true. A three-legged dog does have 3 legs. That's normal. If you ever see a three-legged dog that has 4 legs, run, get out of there. That's the freakiest thing in the world. That's weirder than that naked mole rat